Hi guys, for this week's Fear Friday, I'm rocking my gray. It is May, so in May we go gray for Brain Tumor Awareness Month, as well as ALS Awareness Month. It's also Mental Health Awareness Month, so several causes that are near and dear to my heart. But yeah, we're going gray for Brain Tumor Awareness Month in May, gray in May. So anyway, I'm decked out in my gray. One of the things I was going to talk to you about today for this Fear Friday is something that some of you may never have any issues with, and that's cool. If you don't, that's great. But for other folks, this is a really big deal. And today we're talking about unplugging during the run. And by that, I mean going without your headphones. Some people really can't do this. And so I've had people say, I don't even know, like, how do you not listen to headphones, especially for the long run? And it's a pretty big deal. It's really important. You never want to get to a race setting and hear the dreaded words, earphones not allowed, if you haven't trained that way. So I've got some tips, some advice to help you. And, it's just going to make you more mindful during your run. The first thing that I would say is just start with at least one run a week without headphones. That is, for some people, you already do that. And if you do, that's great. That's perfectly great. If you run on trails, chances are you probably don't use them a lot anyway. I don't use them at all for my long runs, but which are typically on trails. But I do use them for speed workouts, and that's just a preference, and it's fine. I don't feel like it messes me up at all. But there is a benefit to starting with one run a week without your headphones if you do depend on them. That can be your short run. That can be like a short, easy shakeout run. That's fine. But what your goal here is you'd like to be able to do your long run without your headphones. Now that may seem really terrifying to some of you. And if it is, hear me out. Here's the benefit. Here's the reason why it's so important. And I'm not telling you that you can't race without your headphones. Some people love it. They have so much enjoyment in building that perfect playlist. And that's fine. Whatever you need to get through your racing and your running, that's great. I don't want to take that away from anyone at all. But there is a big benefit to unplugging for your training runs and racing. So here's the thing. The benefit here is that you can really truly dial in to everything you're feeling. Be totally present. It's really hard to do that if your favorite song is blasting in your ear. Sometimes you can do it, but truthfully, you can't really focus on your breathing. You can't focus on your pacing. You can't focus on your core and your form as much as you could if you unplugged. So that's the big benefit here. So that's why I say, even if you're not going to race without your headphones, try to do at least every other long run. Try to build up to that point. There is a huge benefit to just going long and paying total attention to everything you're doing, staying completely present. That's the thing. People say, well, I don't even know what I would think about for that long run. You think about your run. You make sure you have your nutrition dialed in. You start to notice every little thing. The second something starts hurting, figure it out, fix it. Are you dehydrated? Have you taken your gels? Have you eaten the food you needed? Be completely and totally aware of everything that's going on in your run. If that's hard, then that's something you need to work on. And that's a big hole in your game. That's a big hole in your running game. And so that's a problem. So that's the beauty of these things. You don't want to be totally dependent on something. If your iPod dies, if you leave it at home on race day, you want to be able to get through your race. You don't want to fall apart because you haven't trained that way. So that's a huge thing. I know this isn't any groundbreaking advice. Just try it out. Start with a short run with no headphones. But then that's what I'm trying to say here. Try to build up so that you can do your long run without music. A lot of people don't use them at all. But for some of us who do use them, and for those of you who absolutely seem to be totally dependent on them for your long run, try your best to get to the point where you do not need it. There is a huge benefit to being 100% in the moment of your run, okay? So unplug. If you're really scared and you feel like you just can't do it during the long run, have it with you, but start with it turned off, okay? This is not rocket science. It's not crazy hard, and it is going to put you out of your comfort zone, but that's really how we start to make some gains. So like I said, it doesn't mean you don't have to race with it. It doesn't mean you can't race with it, but you're going to get a big benefit from trying to train some without being plugged into your headphones, okay? Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.